It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charles. This is Hero Wars Central. And if this is the first time you're catching one of my videos, I like to put out content based around the Hero Wars game, both on Facebook and on mobile. And today's video is no different. In fact, this video will work on both the mobile and the Facebook versions of the game. We're going to talk about attack and defense. So we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to talk about, a little bit of math, but not too crazy. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. And if you find this video helpful, please take a second and hit that like button. So I grabbed this screenshot here. This is from an older Hero Wars video, and there's a lot of damage types going on. There are a lot of different colors popping up here. You have white, red, purple, and green. and really, what are those? What does all that mean? What is all that? Well, it's the different types of damage, and of course, the green is healing that's available in this game. And there's really there's three kinds of damage. First, you have physical attack, which is altered by the physical attack stat. You can see here on my Shark Cleaver Boy that my physical attack is the damage dealt by a hero's basic attacks, usually defines the amount of damage dealt by other physical attacks as well. So with some exception, the physical attack equals the auto attack damage or the standard hitting damage. There are some heroes that's based off magic attack, a couple of exceptions there. I don't want to get into that too much, but just as a flat, easy to understand number, physical attack equals auto attack damage. Now, as you can see on the Rusty Hook skill, there is a modifier to this damage, and that is 100% of physical attack plus 14,400. So you can see that physical attack modifies this ability, and kind of going along with that, you have magic attack, which usually defines the amount of damage dealt by a hero's magic skills and the power of their effects. And you can see here with my Kai here, he has the Fetters of the Wind. It's 45% magic attack plus 9,000 damage. So the physical attack stat usually is good for physical attack heroes and tanks, most tanks I should say, and the magic attack stat is good for caster, mage, healer type heroes with some tanks. So that kind of covers the different colors here. You can see that the purple is magic damage, the orangish red is physical attack, and of course I mentioned green is healing. But what is that white? What is that white 569 there? Well, that's pure damage. Check out Cleaver's Putrefaction skill, deals pure damage to the nearest opponents and himself for 5 seconds. So what is pure damage? Well, pure damage ignores armor or magic defense. So 25% of physical attack plus 4,800 damage, ignoring armor and magic defense. How about that? Pretty handy. There's a couple of heroes in the game that have pure damage, and I don't want to touch on them right now. Maybe I'll do that in another video, but those are the three damage types in a nutshell. Now let's talk about the defense, the damage mitigation skills. So first we have armor, and armor is focused on absorbing the damage from physical attacks only, not magic attacks, not pure damage. Armor will defend against physical attacks, and the formula for that is kind of straightforward. You can never block 100% of your physical damage. You can only do it in chunks of percentages. So I think the most you can get is like 94%. I think that's the highest you can get with any character in the game right now, but I'll touch on that in just a second. And then you have magic defense, which will block a percentage of a magical attack. So magic defense is good against magical damage, not against physical or pure damage. So that makes sense. Physical attack, magic attack. And here is kind of the graph. And you can see here, and again, I grabbed this screen grab from an old Hero Wars video. You can see that at 3,000 armor, your hero will block 50% of the damage, either magic or physical, depending on if it's armor or magic defense that we're talking about. At 9,000 armor, you will absorb 75% of the damage. So while this graph does say physical damage, it does apply for both magic and magic defense and armor. So kind of keep that in mind. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have 1,000 armor, it blocks 25% of the damage. So I'm gonna show you some screenshots first of Kark and Astaroth. Astaroth's got 3,000 damage, so he blocks 50% of the damage from the physical attack. You can see 6526 divided by 2 is 3263. And then you have the magic attack from Phobos against Maya. Maya's got 9,000 magic defense, which is, like I mentioned earlier, 75% resistance. And now you can see that 5031 minus 75% is 1257, and that's how much damage that Phobos did to Maya. And I grabbed these screenshots from the Hero Wars video as well. It's an older video. You guys can check it out. I'll put a link to that video in the description. It's kind of short and straightforward, but yeah. So finally, we have dodge, and dodge is kind of a weird damage mitigation defense stat. In that it avoids damage altogether, but you can only dodge a physical attack. You can't dodge a main stat. I'm sorry, you can't dodge a magical damage. Sorry, I was reading the description while I was talking there. So dodge is good against avoiding physical damage, but not pure or magic damage. And the equation for dodge, basically, it's if your dodge skill is equal to the opponent's main stat. So if you're going up against a strength-based hero and your dodge equals their strength, then you'll evade 50% of the time. And that formula is dodge rating divided by dodge rating plus main stat of the defender, if that makes sense. Yeah. So in our next video, excuse me, in my next video, I want to talk about penetration, both armor and magic penetration. I also want to talk about critical hits because I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. And I will also tack on vampirism at the end. I think that's a nice place to stick that stat, and I think that'll round out the stats videos walkthrough. If you've enjoyed these videos, please consider giving me a like, and if you have any questions or if I was just wrong on anything, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. With that being said, this is Charles with Hero Wars Central, wrapping it up. I hope you guys have enjoyed your holiday weekend, and I'll see you next time.